Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It's Kate Bolt, independent stamina demonstrator here in the UK for this fine Tuesday morning. Do excuse me while I just adjust my tripod so I can actually see you, or you can actually see me more like, happy Tuesday to you. I'll just wait a minute and see if anybody hops on and joins us this morning. Yeah, there you go. I'm just sharing that into our group as well. So, honestly, I'm living in a building site. So, good morning. Hi, Kay. Welcome to those of you who are joining me. Do leave me a comment to let me know that you're here. Hi, Carol. Lovely to have you. Brilliant. It's nice to know who's here and that you're hopping on and you're joining me this morning for another coffee and cards, my weekly Tuesday coffee and cards. So, I'm just cleaning my glasses, but then we get a little glare, don't we? So, yes, how are you? I hope you're well. I can't believe it's Tuesday again. The week has shot by. We are into week 2 of having our kitchen renovation. Hi, Anne. Lovely to have you. So, yeah, always a little bit of chat at the beginning of coffee and cards, and we kind of catch up with each other and see what we've all been doing. Morning. So yeah, our kitchen renovation, we're in the beginning of week 2. We're also having some work done in the hallway at the same time, so they're plastering the ceiling. So I am shut in the craft room with the dog. I can't get out of the craft room because the hallway is right next to me and the whole ceiling is being plastered as we speak. Yes, I could think of worse places to be held up in. Hi, Joe. So I've been crafting this morning since the school run, trying to keep out of these guys' way, but our kitchen is still completely gutted. And this morning they went in and ripped out the utility room. Yeah, so it's great fun in here. But it's all, we've chosen it, you know, it's great. It's a lovely problem to have. We're going to have a lovely kitchen at the end of it. So I have been posting pictures of that on this page. So yeah, I'll update that and you can see how it's coming along if you're interested in that kind of thing. There we go. It's a bit cloudy out here today. It's not sunny like it was yesterday. I do have my coffee. I was very clever and I put the coffee and tea station in the only room downstairs that wasn't Jim's study or the living room that would be usable, which is my craft room. So I've got my coffee and tea station in here, which is fabulous. So yeah, tell me what you've been up to. Have you done anything nice? Have you been anywhere nice? Yeah, we had an interesting weekend, but a nice quiet one. Jacob went back to his musical theatre school that he loves to, in like small socially distant bubbles type things. So that was a relief for him to go back to actually do something, because these kids haven't done anything for like a year. Yeah, but other than that, what did we do? Not very much. Potted about, really. We had a lovely sunny day and I tidied up the garden a bit and went for a walk. But you know, there's not an awful lot going on yet, is there? But yeah, we had a nice weekend and beginning of the week. Have you guys done anything? Let me know what you've been doing. And we're going to be doing some fun crafting this morning. So if you bought my coffee and cards kit in the post, you'll know that we're using this stamp set. Let me put my glasses on and I will show you and turn the camera around so you can see it. This is the last week of using this one. I've got to find what I'm doing here. Oh no, it's not that one. Oh, I can't work it out. Is this one? Yes, I've got the little tools on it now. There we are. There we go. So this lovely used stamp set is week 4 of April. This is the last week. We're into May next week, and we've got a new coffee and cards coming for you using the Celebrate Sunflowers. But we've used this all month, and I've got some fun cards for you today. I've got one that's very simple, the most simple card that you can possibly make, and then I've got one that's a fancy fold with some different layers. I'm really looking forward to that one. I love this stamp set and I've loved it, and I'm really happy to see that it's carrying over into the brand new annual Stampin' Up catalogue, which is coming starting May the 4th. So I believe that's next week. That's starting. Right, let me put the camera back. Let's see if I can do that. I always have trouble with this bit. Doesn't, I don't know. Oh, there we are. There we are. I did it. That's good, but I know I can't see your comments for some reason. There, hi Zaina. Garden Centre, Carol, do you know what? I'm thinking about doing it this afternoon. Hi Joe. I haven't, hi Linda. I haven't been to a garden centre in years. That's a lie actually, I have. Not through the pandemic though. So yeah. probably years actually. So I need some plants, and I need some bedding plants and all that kind of stuff, and it would really feed my soul to get out in the garden and do something with my fingers to get the plants growing. I think it'd be amazing, and I need to get out of my house. So I think a little bit visit to the garden centre might help me. Right, okay, who is ready for some crafting? I'm really excited about next month's coffee and cards. It's going to be really fun and really pretty and vibrant colours. I love that. All my catalogues are slowly going out in the post, so if you haven't got yours yet, it will be on its way quite soon. I put little things in them, so they sometimes take a little while. So they're going out in the post. What else is there to say? Probably lots of Stampin' Up! News coming your way. We've got a kit selection that's being released, so that's in June. Lots of different things happening, to watch this space. Hi Wendy, how lovely of you to join us. We're just about to get cracking and start making this week's cards with this lovely used stamp set. So I'm just going to turn the camera around, so bear with me. This is always the awkward bit. So I'm going to take you out of the tripod first. Turn you around so you can see where I'm at. You can see my front. Actually, there's a van out there, but just know there's all sorts of equipment out there. All right, let's pop you down a second. I do apologise. I'll bring the tripod back in. You can see what we're doing. There's my laptop. It means that I can see what I'm doing on my laptop. It means that I can respond to your comments if they don't come up. If we get any oddballs joining in, I can sort those out. Sometimes, actually, we've hardly ever had any of those kind of unwanted visitors who aren't here to stamp. Wendy, you're just like me. I do love this stamp set, and it is my favourite, one of my favourites, one of my many favourites. Is that a thing? I have so many. And now I've got the new Stampin' Up! Catalogue in my hand. I have rather a lot of new favourites. Oh, I didn't bring the cards in that I'd made with the pansies. They're on my Instagram and probably here on the Facebook. But if you go to my blog, inkstampshare.ink, I made a ton of cards with those, with the new pansy patch dies using cardstock in loads and loads of different colours. So if you have a look on my blog, you'll see lots of the different colour combinations. So if you get the pansy patch and you love it as much as I do, I've done some of the work because you can see what kind of matches. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. Okay, so I think that we'll start off with the more complicated card. None of them are complicated, but neither of them are. But I think we'll start with that one because the second one is super duper duper simple. They are fabulous, aren't they, Carol? I love the pansies. Yeah, but the second one is so simple. So if you're tired of it by then, you won't worry because it's so easy. So this is our first card, and it stands up like this. It's like a double, I think it's called a double Z fold. And it just stands up like that. It has this bit on the front with the beautiful True Love Designer Series paper. We've cut some out and coloured it in, and we've added our sentiment on the lovely labels, Pick a Punch from the Punch. And the rest is just cardstock and a bit more of that same Designer Series paper. And the inside, I've added another one of those cut out flowers. Yeah, so you can write on there. It's fun, isn't it? So we're going to make this today, and it's very simple. Now, if you have subscribed to my coffee and cards in the post, you'll have all the pieces there ready and made for you. Oh, good. I'm glad you have that. And I will show you how to make it if you don't. Right, okay. I'm going to move some of the spare pieces to the side. We don't need, that's the envelope. So we're starting off with a basic black card base. It's a tent fold this time. So it's a piece of A4 card, scored at 14.9 and then cut with a short side at the top at 10.5. So then you get a tent fold. 2 from A4 as I normally would. Okay. And then we're going to do another one. And this one is also scored and cut in the same way, but I've actually made it slightly smaller so that when it fits on the front, you have a nice black border around it. So this one would be 10 centimetres by 14.3 and still scored in half. So like so, and that gets glued on the front there. Okay. But the fun part is this bit. So I'm going to show you how it's done. It's very, very simple. So I'm going to put the black base to the side and take the white layer. And see if I can find my bone folder. No idea where that's gone. I use my ruler because it'll do the same. I've got a couple of bone folders and they always go missing. Do yours do that? Where do they go? Okay, I'm going to take one side, the front or the back, but we'll make it the front because we need it the front. And I'm going to fold it into the centre line. And so I get a halfway mark and I'm just going to crease that down like that. Okay. So there we are. We've got this bit, literally a card, and the front bit is like that. How is that? I don't know if this is this too close for you? Would it be better if it was further up? That better? Okay. So this bit is flapped like so. Okay, easy. And then in your pack, you'll find the other layers that I've given you. I've given you another basic black piece. That's just a layer. And that then is going to be slightly smaller than the card front. So like another card layer. So this one then will be 9.5 by 13.8. So each time the layers have just come down by ½ centimetre. So I'll show you. The black one, the white one, and then this one's come down by ½ centimetre. Okay, because that's going to stick on the front. And this one is going to be ½ centimetre smaller again. So that one is going to be, so that one's 10, that was 9.5. This one's going to be 8.5 by 13.8. Much simpler than it seems. I will write the measurements down for you if you think that would be useful. All right, so we're going to take these two pieces and all we're going to do is stick them together. Simple. And I don't know if you've all got the same paper because it was so long ago I prepped and sent the kits. I think they're all similar design. They're all beautiful, this True Love Designer Series paper, and it's still available. But the catalogue ends. We have got 1 week left of the annual catalogue and all the papers in it, apart from one, are retiring. So if you like any of this paper, grab it this last week. And there is a, a retiring sale going on, a sale of all the things that are retiring. Well, that will finish next week as well. So if there's anything that is going and retiring, you won't be able to get it after next week. So do pop that in your basket and don't miss out, because that's a pain when that happens. Right, okay. Let's just do that. Okay, sorry guys, it's my son. He was looking for my purse and to go and buy something because we can't move around the house today. Everything's been moved. Nothing is where it is meant to be. Okay, so I do apologise. So that's that. So I've got that on there now, and this is actually going to sit on the front of our card, but we don't want it to go all the way down. We need it to be able to sit up like that. So we're only going to put glue on the white piece, and we're going to put it on the bottom. And if we put it on the white piece and not on the back of here, we know which bit it's got to go on, and we won't get glue in the bits we don't want it to be. Does that make sense? Right, so it's quite a bit of glue on there. And we can actually fold it down flat and pop it on where we want it to go. Like so. I hope he finds my purse. He was going to buy me a Costas. It's there somewhere. God knows where. Okay. So that is that. That is that bit. Okay. Have I done this right? Pretty much that bit has to go up that way. Okay. So we pretty much have done this, right? Okay, so we're going to bring our black layer in now and we're going to put them together. So where I've got this like this, I'm going to bend this up this way, that way, and this piece is going to get glued onto there. Like that. So you're going to end up with this idea. Yeah? Are you still with me? Let me know. Give me like a thumbs up, a little heart, a comment, or something. And then I know you're with me. Let's have a look. Right, okay, so I'm going to put glue. You're still with me. Excellent, thank you. I'm going to put the glue on the back of the white panel. I'm going to pop it on, leave a nice border around the edge. You can put it down like that to make sure you've got it exactly right. I'm sorry about all the banging. Can you hear it all? I don't know if you can. So now our card is doing the thing we want it to do. It's sitting up nicely. There we go. Let's just give that a better crease. So it's sitting up and looks like this. Okay, so now we're going to put our piece of designer series paper here. Like that. I'm going to pop that there, and it just gives a bit of interest to this part of the card because this isn't the inside is actually inside here. So let's pop a bit of glue. You could use either side. The paper's really pretty. Which one should I use? I think I'll go for this one because it's two different florals. Doesn't matter, does it? But there we are. So this is a great way to use your papers, your pattern papers, your designer series papers. Use them up, get them out, make them into cards if you haven't used them for anything. It's only beautiful if you can see it. It's not beautiful in a drawer gathering dust. So, because it can be hard. You get this big sheet of pattern paper that you absolutely love and you don't want to cut it. But then the problem is it's put away for such a long time. By the time you get it out, you've fallen out of love with it, or you found a new piece of paper that's come along, a new packet that you absolutely love, but you can't justify buying it to yourself because you haven't used the last lot. So go for it. Make some cards like this and use up your papers. Did you lose track, Jen? Can I help you? I think I didn't give myself an extra piece for the inside. I'll have to cut one. I hope I gave one to you. If I didn't, I apologise. You'll just have to cut a normal, regular card inside layer at 14.3 by 10. Okay. Yeah, thank goodness a replay. You're absolutely right. I love to be able to pause and rewind and pause and rewind and do it again. So my inside white basic white layer I need to be 14.3 by 10 centimeters. So I've got a house full. There's two men doing the plastering, all out of my way, you know, got distancing from everyone. And we've got the man who's fitting the kitchen. Right, and then my son's upstairs and my husband's in the study and I'm in here. Okay, so we've got our piece to go in the inside, like that. So sweet, isn't it? But then I have sent you each a piece of the designer series paper. So it comes in 12 by 12 and I've cut them up and you've each got a 6 by 6 piece of paper. I'm going to do some colouring and cutting. And it's so pretty. So I've got a couple of the blends out. Hi, Joy. I love the alcohol blend pens. They're my favourite colouring medium, but there's so many different ones, aren't there? But I do love the blends. And I've just picked out a pink in the light and dark, and I've picked a green. How do you glue the black card on? Right, okay, let me show you. So let me see. What's the best way of showing you? So you've got your black card like that, Jen. And then you've got your white card and you're going to stick your white card on like that. So ignore all this piece. This piece is the white card down here, and you're going to stick that layer onto it like that. Does that make sense? And then you're going to go like that. Okay. Hopefully that helps. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of colouring. I'm just going to grab one of these roses. I don't know what they are actually. They look a bit like a dog rose. And I've picked out flamingo, flirty flamingo in the light and dark. And I'm just going to use the bullet end and colour in a bit of shading. Yeah, you got it. I'm pleased. It's one of those things that you look at and think, oh, that looks a bit complicated. And then you put it together and think, oh, no, that wasn't at all. Those are the kind of things I like. I don't really do complicated. Okay, and then we're going to go for the light. Makes a bit of a noise, doesn't it? So any colour you've got that you like, you go for. You don't even have to colour them in. You can leave them black and white if you prefer. Just have a little pop of colour if you like it. So, very simple colouring in. Very therapeutic though. I've even got the dog in here with me. He's been very good. Oh, but my goodness, he does love the workman. I think it's since Steve started feeding him biscuits. Oh, so the piece that goes inside, if I didn't include it, this piece, it's just a normal layer for inside a card, which is 10 centimetres across by 14.3 centimetres, Joe. Oh, Jen, have another go, or wait and do it afterwards and watch the replay. How have you gone wrong, my lovely? Bit of green. You shouldn't have to cut. Oh, you didn't. Did you have the kit for this, Joe? What do you need to know? Which bit do you need to know? The black card base? Or this one? The white card base? Tell me which one you're asking and I will endeavour to help you. I love that you crafted along with me. It's brilliant. Oh, that's okay. The white card base, this piece, let me just measure it because I can't remember off the top of my head. So it is, that's right. So it'll be 10 centimetres. Yeah. Let's have a look on another piece of grid paper. Have a piece with centimetres on so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, I've got the white. I know she's asking for the white card base, so I'm going to measure it for you. So it is, obviously it's a piece of A4. I think it was about 6 weeks ago I made these and I hadn't remeasured it, so it's not quite A4, is it? No. Okay, that's fine. All right, so it is 28.5 centimetres long, Joe. And it is scored at 14.2 centimetres. And it's 10 centimetres across here. Okay, so 28.5 long. If you cut your piece 10 centimetres by 28.5 and then score it at 14.2, you'll have your white card base there. How's that? Okay, let's finish this off. So I think this was Mossy Meadow. It is Mossy Meadow. So I'll have a light Mossy Meadow. Been ages since I cut those measurements, so normally I would check after the live. Should have done it before. I could have had it written down. I'm having a little chat outside my door about the ceiling. So we had to have, for the kitchen, we've got a new oven, and we had to have some new electrical wiring going up through the ceiling in the hallway. So all that had to go up there. But we've also got this horrible old, you know, that Artex style ceiling that was very popular years ago. So we thought, obviously, we're going to have this work done. It would be an ideal time to get rid of that. So the kitchen guy has been taking all that off, rubbing it all down and sealing it yesterday. And then today the plasterers have come in to prep and plaster it. Okay, so I'm just going to fussy cut out my flower to go on the front. Yeah, so that's why my hallways, and they've obviously plastering is a messy job, so they've got covers everywhere. They're doing a great job. Poor dog doesn't know what's going on. Yay, Jen, you've got yours fixed. So, Joe, what you do then is you've got your black piece, which is like a tent fold, and then you've got your white piece, which is also like a tent fold, because this is the white piece. And this white piece just sticks onto the black piece. Okay? So this white piece sticks onto the black piece. Yeah? And then you'll have it like that. And then the front white piece will fold, and then you'll put your layers on afterwards. Yes? Does that make sense? I can quickly do it again if you'd like me to do it again. It will not be a bother. Just let me know. I can show you how to do it. Let me know, Joe, if you want me to quickly show you how it goes together. I'll quickly cut another couple of bits up and do it again, because it'll help lots of people, I'm sure. So I am just cutting up my flower. This is a bit boring for you to watch me flower cutting. But they're such a simple shape. It's not difficult. So these are not stamps. There's no stamps to go with this paper. This is paper, so I can't stamp on the inside. So I am going to colour and cut out another rose to go inside. They're still chatting outside my door about the Artex. I do apologise if you can hear them. My husband's having a conflab about it all. He forgets I'm on live. Which is fine. Not a problem. So there we go. We've got that nearly done. How are you going, Joe and Jen? How are you getting on with yours? Oh, I can't wait to see them. I hope you post them later. Okay, so this is... Oh, look, I've cut out the same flower. I didn't even... That was not purposeful at all. If you think about all the different flowers you can cut out. Okay, so that's going to be going on the front there. Okay. Now, in your envelope, you should have your labels, which I've cut out for you. They're very simply punched using the pick a punch lovely labels, which is this one here. and it cuts out 6 different types of labels, so it's pretty fabulous, depending on how wide you make your cardstock to go in. So I've used this side, I've made it 1 inch, and it fits in, and this is 3.5 inches, and then both ends you'll get this one, and I've done that in the black. And then this is the same side, and it's 3/4 of an inch by 3, and so you can see how it kind of, when it goes in the smaller width channel, it cuts it out slightly differently on the top. So that's how I've made those. Just a great one. And I am using the stamp set, the lovely used stamp set. I do love the sentiments in this one, so we're going to stamp it. And I think I'll put Smile on this one. My sample, I put Wildly Grateful. I think I'll put Smile. There's so many that you could put on there though. Here we go. All right, so this is the one. Now I used Flirty Flamingo blends for the colouring in, so I thought that we would use the same ink for this. That's all right, Jen, we're not in any hurry. There's, you know, by the time I've finished, you'll be done. There's nothing worse than trying to catch up along, is there? Right, now I am a bit bad at stamping these, this particular stamp set. I'm really enthusiastic and I tend to squish it too hard or not enough. So I'm just going to really try hard this time not to do that. And if I do, well, there's another side. I can use the other side. Oh, look, I still did it. What is it with me? Let's grab my scrap paper and practice it out, because there's definitely something going amiss with me. I'm too scared to stamp it now. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Give it a clean. I think that'll help. Ooh. Look at my chamois. How grim is that? It is clean. It's just very stained. But look how cool the chamois is. It just does it. Look, I've got all sorts of notes down my paper. I don't seem to be able to do a very good job of stamping it. Let's try again. See if I can make a mistake. And I stamp all day, every day. We all can. Yay! Hooray! I didn't think we were ever going to get there. Honestly. I'm going to pop that label on there. A little bit of glue, and I'll just pop it on the other side. You see, cardstock has 2 sides, which is very forgiving. And you know what? It's only paper. We could always do it again. Let's make sure it's straight on there. Okay, and I think when I look at it, I think, oh, that's not straight, is it? Oh man, what happened to that? I'm sure I put it on straight. What's going on? Okay, let's put it down and try again. You're absolutely right. I know that's what I'm doing, because what I'm doing, Carol, is I'm smushing it into the ink pad. So that's when I'm getting enthusiastic, rather than when I stamp it down. I'm getting a bit smooshy. Thank you. You're absolutely right. So it's going to go on here. I might do it this way because, do you see, I got a little splodge. How did that get there? So instead, I might just do it this way. Why not? And then it's gone. There's always a way around these things. Me too, Carol. Happy accident now, because I've changed the design slightly of my card. So I'm going to bring in some of the Stampin' Foam dimensional pads. I think I'm going to use a couple on this nice big thing, rose flower. I'm going to decide where it's going to go, somewhere there, so I can see the smile sentiment. So we're getting there, aren't we? It's going well. And then the piece for the inside is here. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to see, this is where you can use the paper that you've got and use all of it. So I'm going to use some of these edge pieces, which you wouldn't know what to do with. So I'm going to cut it out. But, you know, it's a shame to waste it. I'm going to colour it in and stick it on the edge of my inside of my card. And I'm just colouring it in the same way with these alcohol markers as I did the other one. So the new ink colours, I'm so excited because I've been playing with them and they are really pretty. We've been able to pre-order, but not the alcohol blend pens in those colours yet. I'm very excited for those. I'm going to be playing with those as soon as we can order them. Right, there's a little bit of the darker pink. They're listening to the radio, these guys. I wonder what channel they're listening to. How are you doing, Jen? There we are, we're getting there. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's a little bit different from a completely flat card. I'm going to change it up a little bit. So, just a little bit of the darker green in there. Oh, that's good. You're on the flower. You're doing well. I nearly coloured that in pink then, honestly. So just keep blending it until you've got no harsh lines left and it's all nicely blended in. And then we just cut it out, just like we did before. This would have been a fantastic paper to have dies with, wouldn't it? I do like a little bit of fussy cutting now and again, though. I'm just hoping that music that they're playing doesn't come out on my Facebook Live, because I don't know how Facebook works for copyright. There may be an issue. It's difficult if someone else is playing it. Right, hopefully it won't come out. Can you hear music, guys? That will tell me. Oh, that's good news, thank you. Because if you guys can't hear it, then there shouldn't be an issue, should there? Right. There we go. Okay, so we've got this one, and I'm just going to pop it on the side. I might do it that way, actually. Like that, like that. I think that way. There. Now, what am I going to stamp inside, and the card will be complete? Smile. Smile. Well, I was going to put cherished friend. Yeah, I'm going to put that in there. To be honest, I was thinking the person I want to send it to isn't that kind of, you know, she's not like kind of a smooshy, over sentimental person. But you know what? I like cherished friend. She's a cherished friend, and so I'm going to send it. She can laugh at me. I don't mind. So. Oh, let's hope I don't do it again. You know what? Let's hope. Yes, hooray. Smile, cherished friend. Ooh. Let's glue these on. You see what I did there? I didn't glue it down until I'd done the stamping. Here goes the voice of experience here. If your stamping goes a little wrong and you want to turn it over, you don't want to have stuck your flowers down already, because that's a pain. So cherished friend, and that's going to go on the inside of your card here. There we are. I love how the black suddenly makes the pink pop out. There we go. So that's on there. So that is our card. That's our first card complete. How cool is that fold though? Isn't it a fun one? You could add some flowers to your envelope as well if you wanted to. You've got plenty left over on your sheet. If you've done it like me, you've got quite a lot left. There you go. So there. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we've got one more to go. Now, this next one is super, super duper simple. It's so simple. It'll take literally 2 seconds to make. It's probably the most simple card I've ever made, designed. Okay, so these are the two. So they're very similar. Slightly different. I use the different designer series papers, different flowers here, different sentiment, slightly on the other side, but generally that's those two. Now, I've got another one to make. So I'll pop this over, still using the same designer series paper. Now my sample went very wrong because I got ink everywhere, so I'm not going to show you that until the end, but you'll see how to make it. So you will have in your pack, you will have a couple of bits and pieces. You'll have a basic white thick card base that is A4 cut in half and scored in half, exactly the same way as I did the black one. So it is cut at 14.8 and scored at 10.5, and you get 2. And then I have given you a piece of designer series paper, which is actually, I don't know if I've cut mine for you, but I think I did. It's exactly the same as the front of your card. There's no border at all. So it is 14.8 by 10.5. It's exactly the same, and it's just cut out from the paper pack, okay? And then all I've done is cut it in half on a diagonal like that. All right? Does that make sense? And I'm going to stick one of the pieces on the bottom here. I'm just deciding which one it's going to be. I think it's going to be the larger one. I think that would work better for this card. And I'm literally going to stick it down. That's all I'm going to do. Okay? Right, okay, so plenty of glue on it. And it's going on the front. And there's no border, remember? So it's going right up to the edge and right down to the bottom edge. Just make sure. That's a good thing about the liquid glue, the multi-purpose Tombow, is it gives you a bit of wriggle room in case it's not quite right. So that's on there like that. And this is where the stamping comes in. Excuse me. Now I've got my Memento Tuxedo black ink. I am going to use the same smile stamp So I just need to give that one a clean because it's still pink. Do you ladies know of anybody else who'd like to watch our coffee and cards or join along? Any crafty people that you know? Or somebody who's looking for something to do to keep themselves a bit occupied, especially when we can't go far. Do share my post with them. I would really appreciate it. It makes a big difference to me. Okay, I've got the smile stamp and I think I'm going to practice with it before I make a mess. Because I'm so good at making a mess, and I'm going to clean the edges like Carol said. So let's practice on my old rubbishy, scrappy bit of grid paper. Yeah, I'm still doing it. So let's give it a good ink up and then wipe the edges off. So you can see what I've done. I've smooshed it in and then I've got all this ink around the edge. So if I take my chamois, I can clean it off. I just have to be careful that I don't take the ink off the actual stamp that I want to use. That's not bad. Let's go for that. Right, so I've stuck it on. And what I want to do is I want to stamp it along this edge here. Let's hope. I don't know what I'm going to do if it goes wrong, guys. Yes, yes, yes. It worked. I'm very happy. Oh. So I've got a smile. So you can see exactly how simple this card is. And in your little envelope, you'll have some of the metallic pearls. They come in a pack, but I've just cut some up so you get some in your pack. And I've given you 3 or 4 just to go down the edge of there. So let me get my tool. And I am going to pop them along here. So don't forget to use up that paper you've got sitting there, because we've got lots of new paper coming. And I'm thinking of doing a paper share. So I've got 3 there. I might use that other one. Normally I only put 3 on, or an odd number, but I might just put that on there, up here. Smile. No, I'm going to take that one off. I don't like it after all. Just leave it like that. There we are. So that's that. And then on the inside, the other piece will go just here, like that, so it mirrors it. So pop that on, and I'm not going to stamp on the inside because I'm not sure who I'm going to send the card to. So I would use one of the sentiments in the set, and there's lots of them. It's got just because, miles apart but still in my heart, cherished friend, trust me, you're lovely, let's cheer you up, heartfelt, wildly grateful, you're my person, just because, always. So there's lots to choose from in there. And when I send it, I'll stamp one in here and then I can write in there as well. So that's that card. So here was my sample that I made, and I got ink, not particularly here, but I got it from my hands everywhere when I first designed it, and I wasn't going to remake it. I just thought, no, I'll make it the day I do it. And I put cherished friend inside that one, which is possibly what I'll put inside that one. So I have an idea for this paper that we've got left over. So where's our envelope? So I've got the envelope here, which you'll have as well if you've got the pack, but you can do it regardless. Right, okay, and I'm going to use it on my envelope if I've got a piece big enough. Pretty much. Okay, so take your envelope, put some of the glue on the flap on the outside at the top, and I'm going to glue this on. I'm not worried that there's a little gap at the edge. It's the tiniest one. Stick it down. And again, I stuck it to the envelope, not the paper, so you don't end up with glue over here. My little coloured tabs are to show me which week each card is for. That's all that sticky label is for. You don't want that on there. I got a bit stuck now after all that time. There we are. Gone. Okay, and then I'm going to trim around it with my snips. To give you a beautiful matching envelope for your card. You can do this with any card, with any designer series paper, pattern papers. I don't keep dropping it, it'll be all right. There we go. I did it with the pansy patch. I did envelopes with that pansy patch paper, the new paper that's coming out. It's absolutely gorgeous. So there we are. There's our envelope that matches our card. It's so simple and so effective, isn't it? So yeah, so that one can match our card because it matches this flower and this flower inside. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed it today and had a bit of fun making some cards along with me. And if you haven't, hopefully you might make some later on, a similar style. This is such a fun fold and so much easier than it looks. This one is the most simple card I've ever made, I think. And yet, with the black and white, I think it's quite effective. What do you think? Are you still there? I would love to know. Oh, a matching embossing folder to match if you use it. Yes, that's what on the envelope, because that's a brilliant idea, Zaina. So you take your envelope flat and emboss that to match the embossing on your card. I love that idea. That's a really good idea. I have to do that. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. So if you have made any like this or are going to make any like this, you know, any papers, any stamps, whatever, do make them and pop them in the Inkstampshare Your Craft group. I would love to see what you've made. This is such a fun fold. And I'll see you on Friday for a Facebook Friday Live. And don't forget, you've just got a few days left of this catalogue and the sale and all of those things. Lots of exciting things coming next week. Oh, Lucy, you're there. I'm so pleased you're there. Do post your pictures. I was thinking of you as I was crafting and colouring in, because you love that, don't you? All right, you take care, ladies, and I will see you hopefully on Friday evening at 7. Yeah, do another one. Thank you. Take care. Thanks for joining me. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.